Hey everyone. So if you have a Shopify shop and you have some problems related to the customer service, like your service is always overwhelmed and you have always the same question that you are saving in your service customer. I think you will find the solution here in this video. I invite you to stay at the end of this video. The solution that I will present you is it's about using an n8n agent, as you see here in screen. And in addition, I will present you also the piece of code that you can add in your Shopify platform, so you can make your customer service agent through the chat widget works perfectly without any issues. So the idea is about to set up a chat widget into your Shopify shop, as you see here. So I have set up here chat widgets. The chat widget will receive the customer of your the question the customer of your question of your customer, and this question will send immediately to the n8n workflow. The workflow in n8n agent AI, or the AI agent in n8n, will handle this and send back the right response using the tools that link it to the AI agent, and the right tool that is linked to the AI agent. So we will dive into this later, but let me at first show you, or just present you some example of question that the customer support agent could respond. So once I open the chat widget, so you will see that I have a welcome message. I have created this support agent for the customer service in French, but you can translate this, or you can personalize this as you want. It's not a big thing. Just let me to explain you what's the is saying here is just to tell the user which kind of questions that could answer. So as you see here, the welcome message is in French. So you can make it in English if you want. You can personalize it. It's not a big issue. I will show you this later, because this welcome message is just a text that you can add in your piece of code that I will show you later. Let me show you just an example of question that the agent, or that the customer support agent, could respond. So if I ask for example, for the state of my order, imagine that I have already make an order, and then the order number is, for example, 1044 or 1043. Just to explain you these numbers, I am referring what I have here. I am here in my Shopify platform admin, to show you for the list of the order that I have already make it. So of course, the orders that I have here is just test orders. What's important here is column where I order number. So let's take for example, so 1044. I will ask the customer agent the status of my order. So I will ask him, where is, for example, it's still just an example, where is my order 101043. What example now, if there is some progress in order handling, and the message will send to the AI agent I have developed using n8n. And a few seconds, as you see here, so I have the answers telling me that your order 1043 is paid but not yet shipped. Would you like the estimate delivery date, for example? So first I will check this response if is matching the reality. To do this, I will go to the orders list that I have here, and of course what I see here that my order 1043 is already is already paid. So which means the response is matches what I have in my dashboard. So that's the first example. So let's ask another question. The second question, for example, is about the return. So I want to do some return, and I need the return address, for example. So I will ask virtual customer service here to give me the right address to send back the product. So I will name, could you give me the right address to send back or to do some return. So I can send the message to the n8n or to the workflow n8n, which is an AI agent that will handle this question. And as you see here, so I have already the answers. So telling me that you can return your items to this address, so giving me the right address, and even there is an important information that I should to know, sending back the items. So which is I have to get the return number, sending an email to at contact flowmindai.pro. So that's the thing. So the customer will send a question. The question is automatically sending to the workflow developed with n8n, and the workflow n8n will use the right tools, or the AI agent inside the workflow n8n. We use the right tools to get the right answer, and then send back the answer using the respond to webhook. Of course, once the answer is sending back, the piece of code will handle this answer and display it to the user as you see here. So the thing, or the next step that I have to show you here, is the piece of code that I have already added in the theme .liquid before the end of your body. As you see here, I have added two div and one script. The two div, the first div is about the chat button. The second thing is about the chat box, just to display this information, or the chat button and chat box, and using some style to display them into your Shopify shop. And then I am using here a script to handle the question coming from the customer, sending this question to the n8n using this webhook. Okay, I am using the URL of webhook they have already created in my workflow and my n8n workflow. So I have copy paste the URL to use it for sending this question to the n8n workflow. But before that, I will just show you. So this is this part of code, especially I am talking about the script. You will find a part where I am just using, for example, for this first part of code, it's just to display or hide the chat. And then so the second part of code, it depends. It's about the welcome message that I have already showed you. This level you can personalize your welcome message. So if you want to change it, so we'll just make here the right to show to the user, to the customer, once they are opening the chat box. And then there is another piece of code that are responsible for send the message using the button. The another here, it's always something. It's about sending the message to the n8n, but at this time, or in this time, it's about the keyboard try. So when the user or the customer are touching or is touching the keyboard, and the next thing is the function which is responsible for sending the message. Of course, inside this function, so you will see that I am handling the message that we send. Of course, as I mentioned before, to send this message, I am using the webhook URL. As you see here, this URL is the same URL that I have in my webhook here. So it's the same here. As I copied this URL and I paste the URL here. Of course, the method using is a post. Of course, in the header, which is accepted in this post is the application JSON as content of type or as content type. So I let you seeing the details of this piece of code that as responsible for sending and handling the response and back once the workflow is executed. So as I already mentioned, so once the question is sent to the workflow, the information or data will be captured by the webhook as already set it up or using in the piece of code in Shopify, and this webhook will catch the question asked by the user. For example, here, just to retrieve the example that we have made together. So to retrieve the example that we executed together, we go in the execution window and seeing the last execution and copy it to the editor. So here, once I have the example that we did together, I will show you the question that asked during this demonstration. The last question it was about the right address of return. And as you see here, so the question is captured here in the message. This message, so then we use just LLM GPT to classify the type of question, if it's about an order or it's about a stock, for example. And then let the AI agent where I am when I am using prompt to tell the agent what is the main role, what is the main goal of the agent, and what tools that should be used by the AI agent, and when should use these tools. That's the main thing here in this prompt, just letting the AI agent decide what's the tool that should use, and when should he use these tools. And once the right tool is used for this example, the question it was about the return address, the right return address to send back some items. That's why we see here that the AI agent decide to execute this is the right tool that let the AI agent retrieve the information about the return policy applied by Shopify shop. And once the return policy is returned, so the AI agent understand what's the response, or decide what's the response that should he to send back to the user. So is basing on the message or the question asked by the user, which is retrieved here from the webhook, and then using the system prompt that define the customer rule, and then let the AI agent use the right tool to respond this question. And once we have a response, the next thing is preparing this answer, because the output of an AI agent, usually we have some special characters which return some errors in some case. That's what I am preparing, or cleaning this output before sending it back via response to ebook. And the response to ebook is just to send back the answers. And once the answer is sent back, of course, the piece of code already presented for you will charge to display the answer to the user. That's a complete process to get the question from the user or from the customer, and give him the right answer, give him or send back him the right answer, of course using the chat widget. That's it for this video.